Welcome to MFG 477-301 Plant Layout and Materials Handling class. This class is presented by me, Dr. James McCurahan. I have a PhD in Technology Management in Manufacturing Systems from Indiana State University. I'm a former Director of Manufacturing at PMP Industries and former Production Supervisor at Whitco Corporation, Oleosurfactants Division. The textbook. You either need to purchase the textbook to read it, or you can read it via the link I provide in the module. Begin reading with Chapter 1. I advise buying the hardcover book rather than renting or buying and reading a digital version. It's best to have the hardcover version before you to free yourself up from the computer screen when you're doing assessments or quizzes, spreadsheet assignments, and working on Word documents. The book is Manufacturing Facilities Design and Materials Handling, 5th edition by M.E. Stevens and F.E. Myers. It's a updated version of the version I used about 30 years ago. Dr. Myers' textbook was good then, but it's better now. There's even a newer version with extra stuff in it, but it's basically still the same. The methodology for plant layout then is the same as now. The plant layout course project you will do in a group is like the one I did as an industrial technology undergraduate student years ago. Professionally, I've used Myers' textbook for shipping and warehousing and manufacturing area layouts in manufacturing plants. I've even met with colleagues over the years, and they all agree that plant layout and materials handling was arguably the best manufacturing course a manufacturing student can take. It ties everything together, so I'm certain you'll feel the same way after completing this class. How the class works. So here's how the class works. Virtually every week you must read a chapter from the book. Chapters will be read successfully one after another. You must carefully read and study the chapters. Information from the chapters provides vital information for completing the course project, let alone the assignments. After reading the week's chapter, you will do either the chapter assessment, a quiz, chapter-related activities, or both. You'll be required to complete and submit the assessments and/or chapter-related activities electronically by the end of the week when the chapter was assigned to be read. The chapters are not long, but often chock full of important information. During some weeks, there will be several assignments to be completed. Most chapter-related grading activities are due through electronic submission on Sunday evenings by 11:59 p.m. Be sure to look over the MFG 477 due dates and commitments spring 24-25 spreadsheet. It will outline how to do the assignment, what the assignment is, and who you can work with when you do the assignments. More on how the class works. On the schedule that I just mentioned, it will give you details, and for the first 6 weeks you will work diligently on reading the chapters and completing the grading activities associated with the chapters. Like many other classes, I don't generally provide lectures. I'm not a firm believer in telling you what's in the book and then asking you to read the book. I want you to read the book. Really, I want you to read the book. It's exceedingly straightforward, and the quickest way to get smart on anything is to read. That's just hands down proven over and over again. The retention's better. You can look things up. It's there, written solid. So that's the background behind that for me. Email me though if you have any questions. I often post my answers to students' questions on a discussion board for others to view. Feel free to post your discussion onto your discussion board too. If you email me, include though the class, MFG 477, the chapter and/or specifics regarding the assignment. Having 4 classes, I have anywhere from 90 to 100 students, so the more specifics you can provide me with, the more quickly I can respond. Maintain the schedule and don't fall behind. The class is different from where one can leisurely jump in and out of chapters and assignments and catch up. You can't do that with this class. Further, chapters 4, 6, 7, 8, 12, and 13 in the final project will be completed in teams. I want you all to figure out who you want to work with. If that becomes an issue, and generally speaking, if students don't participate, they don't log on, they jump in the third or fourth week, I generally just throw them into their own team and let them progress through the class the way they need to. Okay, so if you find you are the type of student who likes to work ahead, great, this course caters to you working ahead. Realize too that there are some assignments you are allowed to work on with other students in the class. If you're not that type of student, just try to maintain the weekly chapter reading and the grading activities pace. If you are the latter of the students, remember, there are no late work submissions. The semester-long plant layout project. The primary effort in the class is toward completing a semester-long plant layout project. The semester-long project requires the designing, planning, and laying out of a manufacturing plant to fabricate a singular, rather simple project. You can read specifics concerning the plant layout project from the information in the Plant Layout Materials Handling Course Project folder. Information from each chapter, reading, assessment, and assignment can and should be used to complete the semester-long project. You'll need to identify a product to manufacture to apply to chapter semesters to plan your design. I will assume that once you work with students completing other chapter assignments, that you will work together as a team toward the plant layout project. In other words, once you start working with students, you're stuck working with them toward the final project. Just to reiterate, no team jumping. As your instructor, I need to know whom you will work with. Please don't complain that other students aren't doing their fair share regarding assignments or the final project. Honestly, I don't care. If you work in a company, you're going to face the same thing. Some people do, some people don't. Some people don't and take credit, and that's okay. That's all a part of the world, and you might as well get ready for it with this class. So hopefully you get in a team that everybody pulls their weight. That's great. If not, realize the assignments and the final project have to get done. It's on you to get it done. Okay, so it is the individual student's responsibility to contact team members and maintain communication with them to complete the course project. The course workload. The course is front-end loaded and then back-end loaded. You will want it that way. This way facilitates getting the course project done. If you are smart, students will identify a project idea early. And then as you work together on your projects, or on your assignments that you can work together, you have in the back of your mind, I want to put this together ahead of time toward that final project. You make it easier on yourself. Okay, so keep that in your head. So after about week 6, the reading and activity load lessons to allow you to work earnestly toward the project's completion. Most of the reading and chapter grading activities after week 6 you will want to incorporate directly into your course project. By about week 13 or 14, you'll only be working on the course project due near the end of week 16. At this point, I'm going to say before spring break, you ought to have an idea for a plant layout presented to me, emailed to me, and ask for approval, and then I will tell you yes or no whether I approve it. I also, in the description of the plant layout project, I give several ideas that can be done for a project. Grading submissions and points. Number one, I try to grade everything within a few days so I don't get behind. I've got a lot of students in 4 courses a semester, so we'll see what happens with that, but I intend to have every week's chapter graded by the following Friday that you submitted it. So, okay, graded activities in the final projects are worth about 400 to 500 total points. The course project alone is about 190 points. As I mentioned, there is no late work, so please don't try to negotiate with me to turn it in late. Things do happen. People die, although I have had one student that tried to tell me that they had 6 grandparents that died. Honest God truth. Okay, and that just didn't fly. Okay, and they couldn't provide me proof of it. That was years ago, but it still sticks in the back of my head. So be professional. If something comes up, I can generally tell by you calling me on the phone or how you phrase your email. It's just that easy. The syllabus. If you've not already read over the syllabus, please read as soon as possible. There's an electronic schedule letting you know when stuff is due. Contacting me through email and other stuff. Once you've purchased the textbook, read the syllabus and read over the course project specifics. Email me at james.mccurahan@indstate.edu to let me know you've completed these tasks. Further, email me at that address if you have any questions throughout the semester. You will want to contact me through email if you are still waiting to see a grade. Sometimes students think they have submitted something wrongly and I skip inputting grades. If this happens, don't fret, just email me. Regularly check the course announcements. I often provide vital information for the student through the announcements. I'll inform you through announcements if I have posted on a discussion board. I sometimes post discussion boards to allow students to interact toward completing their final projects. Finally, get started on Chapter 1 reading and complete the accompanying quiz by Sunday, 11:59 p.m. by the end of this first week. That's it for now. I look forward to interacting with you during the semester. By the way, there's the pronunciation of my last name, McCurahan. That's it for now. Take care, and I'll look forward to seeing you later.